I'm going to show you how to make blueberry chia jam. 4 ingredients. Eat my blueberries, putting them in my strainer, cold water, rinsing. Just going to pick out anything that doesn't look good. You know what, you don't even have to take out the stems because they are part of the nutrients of the fruit. I'm very confident all that dirt is out of my beautiful blueberries. I'm just going to give them a little toss real quick. Don't forget to rinse the blueberries off because when it dries, it's a heck of a mess to clean up. Then I add about a cup of water, about a medium heat there. You're going to let your berries cook down. You're going to stir them every now and then to make sure they're not sticking to the bottom, but that cup of water should just be enough. As they start to cook down, you may need to add more water depending on how many berries you use. I use 3 pints. So if you need more water, just add more water. If you need less water, then just let it cook down for a little longer. It will cook out. All that water will cook out eventually. Blueberries are breaking down and it kind of looks like blueberry soup. And I'm going to kick up the heat a little bit. All right, we're at a rapid boil. So I'm just going to give it a stir. There's still a lot of liquid in the pan. Now we're going to just let that rapidly boil for say about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. Come back and check on it. And I just gave her a good stir and the berries are breaking down. You can see it's becoming more of a thick consistency rather than just berries and water. So we're just going to keep on letting it boil down and reduce, and I'll come check it in about 10-15 minutes. And she's a bubbly and reducing. You see how far she's come? She was all the way up here and now she's down here. So we're almost done. We're at the tail end. Just going to give her a good stir. And maybe another 13 or so minutes. I'm going to give it its final stir here. You can see how it's really thick now. And I'm just going to let it cool. And it's actually probably a quarter reduced. So where it was up here, now it's down at the quarter mark of this pot. So that's where you basically want your jam to reduce to, a quarter of the pot. Just going to give it a nice stir. A little burning on the bottom, not burning, but sticking. I would say sticking on the bottom. No need to spray any cooking spray or any oil or any of that. Once you start stirring, it will nicely lift. No problem. Just giving it a nice stir. I'm just going to let it chill. Now that it's completely cooled, you can see it's like a jam consistency. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of chia seed. We're going to stir that up. Now this is 3 pints of blueberries. So in your case, if you are making 1 pint of berries or 2 pints of berries, you are going to want to use a third of that, a third of what I've used. So probably like maybe a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 tablespoon, or a little bit like a teaspoon. You know, you just play with it. See how you like the consistency. Now I think I need a little more chia in here. So I'm going to add another tablespoon. 1 tablespoon at a time until I feel like I have that jam consistency I'm looking for, like you would buy in a store, without the pectin, which has loads of calories and fat and has good fiber, but it's just a derivative of the fruit, a fruit fiber that they use to stiffen the jam. So with the cinnamon and the chia is the fiber, the cinnamon is the property that keeps it from going bad in your refrigerator. Now I'm going to add some honey. Adding 1 tablespoon of honey. I might add more. It is very tart. Cooking the blueberries down does reduce the sweetness and creates a really nice tart flavor. So you have to build that sweetness back in. And honey is also an antibiotic and does not spoil. I do keep my chia seed jam in the refrigerator. Just, I don't want to take any chances. Air, in a pressurized container can cause molding and fermenting, and I don't want that. So it looks like it's a really good consistency. I'm going to just blend those chia seeds in later, but you can kind of see once it cools, it's going to, solidify, and it's going to be a nice jam. I've got my jar. I'm going to put it on something just in case I make a mess. Just pouring it and spooning that in to the jar. It's a really beautiful purple, my favorite color. And there you've got it. Almost full. Turn it a bit. Almost to the top. Oh, that was perfect. Perfect, perfect. That's it. And there is your very inexpensive chia seed jam. This happens to be blueberry. I've used apricot. You can use strawberry, any fruit you have. You can even do apple. It's apple butter season. Go have fun.